Hi boys and girls, welcome to math class and explain everything. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check page 232 and 233, and I cannot stress enough that you need to enlarge this so that you can see where the points are. These two pages are scored together, so that will be out of 23 points, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8 on this page, and we'll have to double check that on the other page. You get points as shown on here, so you get a point for each and 2 points at the bottom for the bottom 3 for 11, 12, and 13. So pause this and correct your work using a pen. So I did double check since there's two separate scores. This should be out of 23, so I'll have to make sure I switch that in the other slide. So the one thing that you're going to note, you're going to get a point for the title. You're going to get a point for the scale going up vertically. You're going to get another point for this title. You're going to get a point for each dot in the chart. It's real hard for me to mark those, but each dot in the chart. And then you'll get 2 points for the bottom. You just have to have a math problem and an answer down there for this one. You can count that right. Make sure you have both parts to this. That's really important. So we're kind of finishing up two different things on this 7-9. I think this is part 3 of that. You're going to interpret and create a double bar graph on one, and then you're going to interpret and create a double line graph. So on page 331 is the bar graph, on 334 is the line graph. So two different skills. So let's take a look at what they're asking us to do in this one. This one is creating a double bar graph. That's really important. That's where they go up and down and not dots on a line. It says Ms. Mason has given 2 math tests so far this year. The table at the right shows the amount of time 4 students studied for each test. So here's the table at the right, just so you have that to look. And then what I'm noticing is that they're in quarter increments, quarter, half, which would also be equal to 2/4, 3/4, and then wholes. And that was something that some of you struggled on before. So you'll want to be real careful on that today. It says make a double bar graph for these data. You will need to choose an approximate scale. So the scale would be the numbers that go up here. Label the vertical axis. This is the vertical, it's going vertical. This is the horizontal. And I'll just write a V here so you can see that. Label the vertical axis and give your graph a title. So the title goes here, and the title probably goes along with this time in the listing in the chart, study time in hours. Be sure to complete the key to show what 2 bars represent for each student. So one of these is going to be for the information in test 1. One of them is going to be for the information in test 2. So maybe draw those kind of like that. And then you'll have to pick a color for that. So the hardest part to this is probably picking what scale you need to have on that. And what I would suggest is that you look at your data for that so that you can pick an appropriate scale to go with those numbers. So it needs to go between 0 and 2 1/4. So I can do parts because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different increments that I can mark here. So you can see there's 12 of those, I believe. Okay, so, and I have between 0 and 2. So I'm probably going to want to start with 0 at the bottom. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see and I can have room to write, and then I'll change color pen so that you can see. So put that as 0, and then probably about halfway through maybe I can put it as 1. So let's go 5 up. I don't think we need to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put a 1 there. Actually, we wouldn't want to put it there. We'd want to put it here so that we can have 4 even spaces. And then we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more, and that would be our 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 more. That would be our 3. So halfway in between would be 1 and 1/2. And then halfway in between 1 and 2, excuse me, I made a mistake on that one. This should be 1/2. Halfway in between 1 and 2 should be 1 and 1/2. And halfway in between 2 and 3 should be 2 and 1/2. So what goes here then between 0 and 1/2? Think of that. Well, between 0 and 1/2 is 1/4. We have a half, and then we have 3/4. And you would want to finish that up doing 1 and 1/4, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 3/4. And that will give you a really good start to your chart. You can finish the rest. There's just a couple more to go, and hopefully you can figure that out for yourself once you have the pattern. So now you need to take the information that's in your chart for Connor, and you're going to make a bar graph for him. So we'll do Connor together, and then I'll let you do Takia, Ahmed, and Sophia on your own. So for Connor, we're going to make his green, I guess. And test 1, he had 3/4. So test 1, he goes up 3/4, and I make a little bar. It might be harder for me to do this on this screen than it is for you to do on your paper. Oh, so test 1 has to be green, because that has to be the same for each student. And then test 2, let's make that one red, and test 2 for Connor is 1 1/4. So I go up to 1 and 1/4, trying to do my best to do a nice bar, and then I color it in. So for test 2 for me, I would need to put red and a 2. And obviously my artwork on here is not great. You guys can do a better job on real paper. So then for Takia, for test 1, you'd need to switch back to your green color, and she is 1 1/2. So think about where would 1 1/2 go up to. And then make your bar, and then do the same thing for test 2, switching the color to red, and she goes up to 1. And then you would make your bar. Now I just did a line, you need to do a bar. That's very important so that it is a bar graph. I should probably fill that in there for you so you can see. Okay, finish out Ahmed and Sophia, please, and then you get to write a problem and solve a problem about the information that you drew in your bar graph, which I think you can do on your own. Okay, so for this one, we're switching to line graphs, and that's different, and it's decimal data. So we're going to have to do the same thing. The table shows the cost of Sunday edition from Northfield Gazette newspaper at 5-year intervals from 1985 to 2015. So obviously that information is in the chart here. Make a line graph to show how the cost of the Sunday paper changed over time. You will need to choose an appropriate scale. So the scale is going to go here. You're going to need to choose a vertical axis label, that goes here, and a title. And then the title I'm going to let you pick, and the vertical axis label, I'm going to let you pick that also. Let's look at the scale though for this one. It looks like it costs anywhere from 25 cents all the way up to $1.90, so almost $2. So our scale is going to have to be in decimal amounts. And you're going to want between 1 and 2. So let's think about where it might be best on that. I'm looking at the data and it looks like it's in 10s or 20s. So let's put it in 20s maybe, because that will give us 20-cent increments, will give us enough room to have between 0 and 2. So I'm going to switch colors, go back to this, and let's start at 0 down here. And then we need to add in our writing for 20 cents. And I'm going to just put 0.20. You can put the $sign and the 0 if you want. I'm going to keep it short and easy. And then I'm going to go 0.4, 40, 0.60, 60 cents, 80 cents, and then this would be $1. And then you would include $1.20, $1.40, $1.60, $1.80. Hard to get it all in. And the last one would be $2. Okay? And so you have your scale. Let's look back at that, make that a little smaller so you can see. And you have your chart. So it looks like in 1985 it was 25 cents. So that's going to be just a little bit above where the 20-cent is. Let's get rid of that. Maybe right in here, and you're going to put a little dot there. And then in 1990, it's at 60 cents, so right on the crossbar. And then you're going to connect those. So that's a line graph. So you can finish out the rest. There's going to be 7 different markings in here that go along with the 7 marks above. Let's look at, they ask you some cost where it did not change or it stayed the same. And they're going to ask you, how do you know it stayed the same? What happened to that line? Did it slope up? Did it slope down? Or did it stay the same? And then just like in the problem before, and the other graph before, write and solve a problem about the information shown on your line graph. And then at the very bottom, the check understanding to show how the data for 2 groups compare. You can make a blank to show how the quantity changes over time. You can make a blank. So what kind of graph would you put in for 2 groups of information and something where you want where there's change over time? So one has to do with a line graph and one has to do with a bar graph. So those are the words you'll put in there.